Figure I put my social media stuff up there for you guys while I do this. Guys, I'm in the corner here. Don't worry about me. I'll be there in a second. Everybody, just share the feed. Share the feed, all right? Share the feed. I'm doing this feed from my kitchen as usual. I'm obsessed with my kitchen these days. Does everyone have that information? I'll let everybody share the feed. Alright guys. I am going to stand in the corner here, see if I can zoom this up here for a bit. Alright. What's up guys? I'll be back in a second. Just share the feed, share the broadcast, swipe and share. Hold on a second, guys. Stare at my backsplash in my kitchen for a second. All right, is everybody in here? It's Saturday. It's Saturday, so I don't expect everyone to be around, but a lot of people are out, so it's okay. They can watch the feed afterwards. All right. So guys, everybody share the feed because I can see if you share or you don't, and let's get some hearts going. All right. Let's try to get 500 hearts per person going here. I'd appreciate that. Okay. So, I want to speak to you guys about a couple things that I've been questioned on for a while now, all right? First thing is, a lot of people want to know exactly who I am, okay? Why I'm on here, who's this guy with a hat and a beard and the exact same shirt he wears every single day that comes on Periscope or Instagram and Twitter and everything else, all right? So let me introduce something to you. Let me explain something to you guys, okay? My name is Reza Mokhtarian. I'm Persian. I'm 33 years old. I came to Canada in 1989, okay? I fled my country of Iran on the back of a truck. Actually, my family, my brother, mother, and father and I were put in the back of a Toyota truck with a rag over our head, towels over our head to hide us when we crossed the borders of Iran to Pakistan, and we were getting shot at. I remember that. I could hear it. I remember seeing the sky change color from the rockets, all right? So the things I've seen psychologically affected me. We never left with money. Instead, we fled. We fled with nothing, absolutely nothing. We were broke, a broke family trying to live. All mom and dad did was try to help us live, all right? Immigrated to Pakistan, lived in Pakistan for about 2 to 3 years. From Pakistan, we got our green cards, okay, and then ended up getting our landed immigrant papers. Instead of going to the United States, we came to Canada, and I basically came to Canada in '89. I came to Canada in about '89. Okay, so we came here with absolutely nothing. All right, absolutely nothing. We came here with one suitcase in our hands, welfare. My parents had nothing, I had nothing. Obviously, from the crap I saw, my mom and dad were going through fights. My dad started beating up my mom. If he ever sees this, he may get upset that I said this on live there. So my dad was abusive to my mom. I saw a lot of messed up stuff, all right? A lot of messed up stuff. Affected me psychologically. Mom and dad broke up. My dad one day grabbed me in court, ran with me, ran down the street with police chasing me. He thought he could just steal me. Just a complete mess. All right, so the things I went through was disaster. Not to mention, when I was around 6 years old in Pakistan, I was actually sexually molested as well. Okay, by some tyrants, by some really messed up people. So I've been through a lot in my life. A lot of messed up stuff in my life. all right? Went to school here, got suspended, got beat up. I would lie, I would make problems. I had to lie, right? Because when you grow up in such a bad atmosphere, when you grow up getting beat, when you grow up fleeing, when you grow up fighting for your life, you learn to lie. You learn to lie to protect yourself, because that lie can save your life. What religion are you? You say the wrong religion, you get shot. Where are you from? You say where you're from wrong, you get shot. You know, what did you do? You say the wrong thing, you get abused. So you learn to lie subconsciously without wanting to be a liar. So growing up, I started to have those feelings that I need to always protect myself. Even today, you guys see I've amassed a lot, but when a little guy comes and hates on me, I get aggressive and angry, because that natural instinct to protect and fight, right? So I grew up pretty rough, all right? Went through crazy shit, kicked out of school, girls didn't like me. I was an ugly little immigrant kid with a dirty Sanchez mustache, skinny little runt, no education, no mind, no future. Mom and dad were broke. Who wants me? My friends would make fun of me, whole 9 yards, all right? So fast track high school, things start changing, all right? I start getting a motivated mindset, because I realized, you know what? I want to succeed. I started dreaming just like you do. The same way you dream every single day, the same way you wake up and you have these fantasies. You want a nice car, you want a nice home, you want to be like what you see on TV. Well, I wanted exactly what you're seeing as well. I wanted the exact same thing. So I started realizing I need to work hard to get there. And it took a lot for me to try to get there. I failed on numerous things. I failed. I launched my first company at 16. It was called RM Technologies, RM Enterprises. It was a computer repair shop. I put these sticky tacks on the buildings and everyone would tear the number off. I had no car, nothing. But you know what? I went there for $35. I spent the entire day, $35, and fixed the damn guy's computer. And I was happy because it was my own business. I was the boss. It made me feel good knowing that, you know what? No one is there to beat on me anymore. You know, you guys know the story of my favorite hockey stick that my mom bought with 1 month. 1 month of her work, she bought me my favorite hockey stick. The first day I took that hockey stick to school, some stupid kid in the bus broke it. I cried for a week. See, all of that stuff made me strong. All of that stuff made me who I am today. Right now, I'm bulletproof. I'm bulletproof, right? So I came from absolutely nothing, all right? In fact, by the time I was 23 years old, I was still living in the back of my car because I had messed up in life. Kicked out of my house. I ended up going to jail over something very stupid. At 25 years old, I was still struggling. That's just 8 years ago. I was still struggling. 2 years after that, I started to learn something called FOREX. I went on Craigslist. I saw an ad. My buddy had told me about something called FOREX. I said, what the heck is FOREX? What the hell is this thing? This is a true story. I'm not kidding you. What the heck is this thing? He said, you know what? I wake up in the morning, I place a trade, I go home, and I've made $100 bucks. Come on. I'm like, how is that possible, man? I'm busting my ass in a pizza store day and night, sweating my face off, and I don't make $100 bucks. You're making $100 bucks placing a trade? That's not possible. He said, watch me. So he was just learning. He couldn't teach me. 3 months went by. I forgot all about it. I didn't even remember it anymore. 3 months later, I go up on Craigslist. I'm like, I got to find a way out. So I went on Craigslist, how to make money. I was done. I was done. I was over. Life was done. I'm not kidding you. I must have thought about killing myself 20 different times. I have sat and cried to myself and contemplated suicide. I'm not afraid to admit it. All right? I've called my mom crying, saying, Mom, I'm going to kill myself. Because my life was going so terrible, in such a terrible direction. Because I was toxic. I was toxic to myself. I was my own enemy because I hurt myself. All right? So I went on Craigslist, learned how to make money, figure out ways to make money, and all of a sudden I discovered FOREX. All right? There was this big thing about FOREX courses. So I called the guy up. I said, listen, what is this? Guy started selling me on the phone. He pitched me on the phone. He said, it's like trading the stock market. You know what I mean? You trade the markets, and so you're trading currencies. You can make thousands of dollars a day. You work from home. I was hooked. I was hooked. I seen it on TV. I heard about it. I was hooked. I had around $10,000 total saved up to my life that I had made in pizza delivery. That was my life. And I thought I was balling. I had 10 grand, I thought I was balling. I said, you know what? Having troubles at home, things are not going right. I'm excited about Forex. Right then and there, believe it or not, I quit my job. Everything is true. I quit my job right there. I said, screw it. I'm not going back to this pizza delivery job. Screw this. I'm not going to continue to go knocking on people's doors, holding a bag of pizza and saying, I have your delivery here, and if it's 15 minutes late, the guy say, get the hell off my property. I don't want that in my life. That's not me. I wasn't born to die. I was born to live, all right? So right then and there, I quit the job. I moved out of home. I took $3,000 from their $7,000, and I put a first and last on a condo in downtown Toronto. That was nice. I said, you know what? I'm going to become so damn rich that I'm going to be able to afford this condo. I can't even afford this place. I can't even afford to live here. But I have the first and last. I don't know how I'm going to pay the next month's payment, but I'm going to make it somehow. That's how confident I was in myself. So I took my first and last, I put it down payment, I got that condo, I went to IKEA, I must have spent another $800 on furniture. Boom, I felt good. Every day going to the course. 2 months later, guess what? I'm teaching the course. I got so consumed by the Forex markets, just like a lot of you guys have, that I started teaching the course. All right, a month after that, I was managing money. 3 months after that, I had launched my first money management firm in Toronto. Albeit, it succeeded, and failed due to my lack of knowledge and age. But you see how fast that moved? It was two things, all right? Ambition and persistence. Now, a lot of you guys think I did all of this because of Forex. I did, but if it wasn't for my ambition and persistence, and my raw will to want to succeed, I would not have done so. All right? Now, a lot of you guys have sent me letters. I've seen your letters. I've read your letters. I read your emails. A lot of you guys have also endured the exact same hardships that I have, if not more. And what you need to know is perseverance is what is going to allow you to triumph over adversity. That is the most powerful thing for you. And that is what I carried in my heart. Every single time I did contemplate suicide, a part of me said, you know what, kid? There's going to be a better day. I have a saying I've said to myself. I have a little thing I say to myself every single time I'm upset. Every single time I'm upset, I say this to myself. I say, you know what? There's going to be a better day and a day where you're going to smile. And that day, when you're smiling, you're going to think back on this day and say, what would have happened if I would have quit then? My lack of fear on that day allowed me to smile in the future. So I always tell myself, if your day is terrible right now, don't worry, kid. 2 weeks from now, you're going to be smiling because of something. Because of something. Guys, share the feed. Everybody share the feed. Invite all your followers, please. Everyone invite your followers. So I keep myself calm that way. All right? Now, I got into Forex. 2 months later, I was teaching the course. I became so consumed. I fell in love, started my own business. And from that moment, my life has been Forex. I started my own money management firm, did well, you know, some regulatory issues. I was an amateur in business, didn't know exactly what regulations I needed, made some mistakes. Long story short, I lost some money, made some money, but it's a part of the learning curve. You don't become a billionaire, okay, without becoming a millionaire and losing that million. To become a billionaire, you need to become a millionaire and lose that million. That's the only way you're going to become a billionaire. All right? Because if you never learn, okay, if you never learn your faults, you'll never surpass, okay, the peaks in your life. All right? So in order to continue to expand your horizons, you need to take a little bit of a step back and learn from your failures. And I did that. I did that when I launched Capital Trust Markets, my brokerage. I thought I was launching the most powerful brokerage in the world. I put my heart and soul into that brokerage. And what ended up happening? I ran the thing for amazing for a year. For a year, the business was great until I invited the wrong group of clients in. Business collapsed on herself. And guess what? I looked back and I said, Reza, your model of business was incorrect. Your business was amazing, the model was incorrect. Okay, so every single thing has a learning curve. All right, now the core the core aspect of what I'm trying to teach you guys is you need, in order to become successful, you need to have the proper mindset. When you achieve that mindset, you need the vehicle. When you have the vehicle, you can expand. So the vehicle I use is Forex, and that's what I'm trying to teach all of you guys. So what is Forex? How did Forex make me wealthy? Because Forex made me the money to allow me to diversify my portfolios and invest in multiple businesses successfully. And I was able to diversify and invest successfully because I had learned so much in life. That beating I took when I was 12 taught me how to talk in front of a CEO. The way I used to, I'd have to lie to my principal because my principal used to grab my ear and put me behind the door for 6 hours, allowed me to learn how to keep my composure when I'm negotiating a deal. Every single thing that happened in my life led to me being the shark of all sharks today, and that's what I'm going to teach you guys. I'm going to instill all these values within you, but then I'm going to hand you a tool. I'm going to hand you a vehicle. Okay, a vehicle to use to generate capital to then go out and create your own dreams. And I personally believe that's the Forex markets. Why do I believe in the foreign exchange markets? Well, the two niches that are creating billionaires at the heaviest pace right now is financial markets and real estate. The only two things, okay? And there is software, but software is nowhere near the financial markets or real estate. Those two tycoons are the biggest billionaires in the world, and it's yielding the most amount of billionaires per capita at an extremely fast pace. All right? Now, real estate is great, but do all of you guys have hundreds of thousands of dollars saved up right now ready to go buy property and flip it? Do you have that? No, you don't. In fact, the best way for you to get that money is by starting small. What makes the Forex markets amazing and what makes trading amazing is the fact that you can start with small amounts of capital and parlay that money. And that's what I did. I started with around $6,000 to $7,000. I've amassed over $25 million in 6 years, in about 5-6 years. Now, it's not all from Forex trading. Let's say half of it was from diversifying and doing business and building companies and establishing myself. All right. Now, the beautiful thing about the Forex market is this. It's identical to the stock market with a few differences. First of all, it's a 24 hours a day market, 5 days a week. It is the exchange of currency for currency, where the stock market is open 9 hours a day, okay? And it is you buying and selling specific instruments, okay? Specific companies, equities, options. All right. Now, another thing that makes Forex 1,000 times better is this. With the stock market, you have tens of thousands of options of different instruments to buy and sell. How the heck can you ever perfect your strategy when you have to look at 10,000 different instruments and there's multiple indicators that move those instruments? With the currencies, there's only a handful of instruments you could trade anyways. And then when you narrow that down, you're only trading 3 to 4 instruments in your entire life. So it becomes very easy to master those. Like I mastered the Euro USD, Pound USD, USD CAD, AUD USD. In fact, I've gone over 100 days without a losing trade. These guys know it. Everybody knows it. I'm not hiding it in track records on the internet. I do it live every single day the market's open. I've mastered my niche. All right? So let me tune this into the whiteboard here, just so I can show you guys some minor differences between the stock market and the Forex market, okay? And you guys will understand. Meanwhile, guys, share the feed as much as you can. Everybody share the feed, all right? Let's get the feed going. Let's get the feed shared. Let's get more people in here. I know it's Saturday. I know people are busy, all right? They can watch the replay. All right, so we've got the Forex market and stock market. Okay? Forex market is 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. All right? Stock market is open 9:30. Market is active from 9:30 a.m. to I would say 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. There's after hours trading, there's pre-trading, but these are the active hours. These are the only times where you can actually be active within the markets. All right? Stock markets have thousands of instruments. Okay? Thousands of instruments. Forex has maybe 70. Let's say 70 instruments that are tradable. The rest are exotics that you don't even need. Out of the 70, 5 are important. That means you rarely ever have to learn. You don't need to learn every single instrument. You can focus on just 3 of them and you're fine. You can master the Euro USD, master USD CAD, master AUD USD, and you can make thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every single day. Okay? What else is the difference? Okay? With the Forex, you're trading a currency for a currency. So for example, Euro USD. Stocks, you're trading an actual stock. So you're buying or selling Apple. Over here, if you buy the Euro USD, you're basically saying that the Euro is going to gain momentum against the US dollar. If you sell it, you're saying the US dollar is going to gain momentum against the Euro. So you're trading cross-currency pairs versus stocks. Over here, you got to know all the fundamentals, quarterly dividends, all those specific numbers. Over here, one set of technical analysis like I do can yield you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay? Now, what else? All right? The Forex markets are the most liquid markets in the world. In fact, there's $4.3 trillion worth of transactions on a daily basis. When in the stock markets, there's around 500 million. Do the math. $500 million worth of transactions versus $4.3 trillion per day. Where do you see more money being? In the Forex markets. Where can you make more money? In the Forex markets. And that is why I jumped on board and I went to Forex. Okay? And I went to Forex. Now, with the Forex markets, there's 2 kinds of trading you can do. All right? One is called technical. One is called fundamental. All right? Technical trading refers to exactly what it is. Assessing the markets based on technical analysis, looking at the markets based on trends, based on indicators that are driven by algorithms and mathematical equations, which is what I do. Fundamental analysis is analyzing the markets based on the health of economy, looking at the growth of a specific economy and looking at its currency pair. Okay? Looking at its currency pair. And essentially news trading. We do that as well, but to a lower extent. All right? Now, how do you make a lot of money? How do you make money in Forex? Okay? I'm gonna go off my notes here. How to make money in Forex. Okay? So let me go basically off my notes here, just to make it easier, okay? Just so pay attention, okay? So the foreign exchange markets, all right, as I said, is a 24 hours a day, 5 days a week market. And currencies from all around the world, which are a vital part of the entire business, is what is being traded through multiple transactions via brokers, via online systems, etc., etc. All right. Now, how do you make money? Let me explain to you how you make money. Okay. Let me give you an example. Say you want to buy a bottle of fine wine. Okay. And the wine is whatever, made in Italy. Okay. Either you're the company or your company purchases it. Whoever buys this wine has to pay for it in euros. Now, I'm Canadian, so as a Canadian, I'm going to be required to pay with Canadian dollars, which means I'm going to have to exchange my Canadian dollars, okay, for euros in order to purchase the wine. Now, the same rule applies when you're traveling. As a Canadian traveler heading to Italy, you'll have to exchange your dollars for euros, which, depending on the current exchange rate, the value will be far more or far less. So how would we make money on this? Let's take this example of buying wine from Italy, okay? So imagine you decided to travel to Italy on vacation. Now, you convert 1,000 Canadian dollars into euros, which converts roughly into say 820 euros at the current time. Now, during your vacation, you ended up using your money on your credit cards and spend the money you converted. Now, when you travel back to Canada, you need to convert that money you didn't spend back into Canadian dollars. While you were away, the Canadian dollar depreciated in value and the euro made some modest gains. Now, instead of getting back the original $1,000, you're now getting back $1,100. So if you realize in a short span of time, in this simple transaction, you've made yourself $100. Now that doesn't sound like a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, okay? But when you start looking at leverage and the fact that Forex is a highly leveraged product, you'll realize how big of a move that actually is, okay? That small $1,000 transaction could easily turn up and create over 100% return because of leverage. Because with Forex, we get anywhere from 50 to 1 to 1,000 to 1 leverage. Okay? That means for every $1 you invest, the broker is going to give you $1,000. That is huge. Okay? For every $1 you invest, the broker is going to give you $1,000. All right? Now, is it risky? Sure it is, which is why we like to trade with a maximum of 200 to 1 leverage. All right? We trade with 200 to 1 leverage. So let me, again, this is not meant to be a how-to course. This is meant to basically explain to you guys what the heck Forex is and how Forex works. So let me just make it a little bit easier for you guys, okay? So how do we make money on a daily basis? We trade the markets every single day. All right, so how did I start? When I learned to trade Forex, I started trading the London session, which is around 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I started to trade the USA session, which starts around pre-US is around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And at that time, you have the connection of the London and the US session at once, so you get volatility in Euro USD because those are the cross-currency pairs being traded the most. All right. So how I started was I would take 1 or 2 trades. I would scalp for 10-15 pips every time the market was about to open based on where I saw price action. Now, I'm a lot better today, but those days I used to make a decent amount of money. So how do we trade and how does everyone here make money? Well, when you learn, especially from the course I've launched at mentortips.com, the objective of that course is to teach you everything there is to know about Forex, everything from the beginning right to the end of exactly how to trade, what to trade, how to structure the trading, etc., etc. All right, I've also included an entire business mastery class that teaches you how to cope with the stress of launching a business, how to launch a business successfully, and how to essentially motivate yourself to success. All right, now what you guys would be doing is, and what I do is we trade 2 markets a day, London session and New York session. So we wake up, you know, an hour before the market starts, and we start to draw technical tools and technical analysis on the charts. By going through the charts via technical analysis, we start to identify trends and patterns. If you look at the back of my stone here, you see these patterns? Now, if I remove all of these patterns, if these patterns disappear, this is going to look like a bland wall. In fact, if I move this centerpiece here, this is going to look like a bland wall. But by having this here, I'm giving it character and I'm allowing us to see a few things. I can see a line down the middle. Now I can see a separation between the two. I know where the 50% line is immediately. The fact that I can see this line allows me to see the 50% line of my backsplash. Now, what does that make sense to Forex? Well, it makes a lot of sense. Simple charting and simple technical analysis allows you to identify points in price where price usually fails. So if you can go back in history and find out where price failed a million times in the past, you bet that the next time it goes to that specific price, it's going to fail again. Or if it breaks through that price, it is going to go higher up. So we set up all of these traps, if you want to call them, and lines and figures to basically allow us to know where price likes to be, where price has failed, and where price has prevailed in the past. By doing this, we identify something called trend lines. And that is what I have been doing over the past 3 months with my followers on Periscope, Instagram, and Twitter. I've been teaching them via trend lines, horizontal support lines, basically creating points of reference where price had failed on numerous occasions. Now, with this very simple, very simple method, I've managed to make tens and tens of thousands of dollars in the last few months. My followers alone have, whether on a demo account or real account, made tens of thousands of dollars. Demo account acts just like a real account, makes no difference, all right? As long as your trading is proper, all right? So I incorporate these tools to essentially pick and choose where I'm going to enter and exit the markets. Now, how can you do the same? Very simple. Okay, the best way is to start how I started, starting off with the basics, all right? Now, I've been doing this for a long time, and I recently launched my own program. It's called Mentor Tips, and the reason I launched it was to create a structure, create a class that teaches everyone the way I was taught, plus more, all right? The best way you can learn this system is by slowly picking up the basics. 99% of the people in here that are traders now learned because of these small Periscope lessons and these Periscope courses that I charge nothing for. Saturday afternoon, I could be doing a lot. I'm out here investing my time into you guys because I love you guys. I care about you guys and I want you guys to succeed, right? So how are you going to learn? Practice. Who's going to teach you? Well, our family, T-Motion Sky, me, the rest of the boys. If not me, the rest of them can teach you. A lot of the guys here know how to do it now, all right? So essentially, how you will make money is by learning how to trade the Forex markets. The Forex markets are a very powerful tool for generating capital, all right? Generating large amounts of capital, millions and millions of dollars with minimal money because you get that crazy amount of leverage. $1,000, if you put $1,000 into a trading account with 200 to 1 leverage, it's like getting $200,000 of real money. So imagine having $200,000 of real money. Okay, do you have $200,000 to trade the stock markets right now? No. But you have $1,000. If you put it in a trading account, you can actually trade like you had $200,000. That is crazy. That is amazing. Now you got to be careful with risk management, all right? But with that being said, you're also getting a lot of room to play. Okay? So with that being said, guys, for the individuals that have asked me what I did to become wealthy, it's very simple, guys. I started with a simple thing called learning to trade the Forex markets, which is what I'm doing here. I am just teaching you guys how to trade the Forex markets. Hence why I launched my program, Mentor Tips, for just $97. I paid $1,500 for my first course. And it wasn't power-packed, right? So I learned Forex. You guys have seen how much money the Forex markets makes. You just need to learn how to harness that, all right? There's no point in you having a motivated mind without having a vehicle. What are you gonna do with a gallon of C16 race fuel if you don't have a race car? Nothing, right? You're gonna do nothing. You're gonna look at your C16 race fuel and say, I got the most powerful fuel in the world, but I have no race car. What I did is I created a program that gives you that C16 race fuel, but also gives you a 1,500 horsepower race car ready to go. All right? My objective is not just to teach you how to do business. It's to teach you how to master the Forex markets. Okay? And I've done it over and over and over and over and over again. All right? Over and over again on Periscope live. All right? Now, I came on here today to basically explain to you guys who I am, what I do, and how I made it. And this is how I made it. So I made probably around $7 million or $8 million just trading. Just trading. Remember, I started with about 10K, of which 3K went out. 7 to 8 million I made trading. Then with that money, I've turned around and I have built companies, built enterprises. I've had companies that failed, you know, companies that succeeded. And that's where my business knowledge comes in. In fact, I guarantee you, if you put me up against the top CEOs in the world, I'd probably chew them up just because of my past experience. All right? Now, I'm a technical trader. I'm also a fundamental trader, but I overall look at price action. I know when price will do what it wants to do. I've over and over, time and time again, replicated it and shown it live. Now, if you're interested in learning this, if you're interested in taking a step in the direction I took, there's no obligation, okay? The only objective here is for you to learn. I am replicating exactly what I did. Now, am I better than you? Am I smarter than you? Do I have more eyes than you? Do I have a larger breathing capacity than you? Can I speak better than you? Do I have a better beard than you? Yes, I do. But other than that, we are equal. We are identical. If an immigrant kid that was beat up his whole life came to an unknown country with absolutely nothing but a dream, in a country that initially was not of his own, sexually abused, beat up, and molested, was able to turn himself into a multi-millionaire by the age of 33, why can't you? Go right now, look in the mirror, ask yourself, what's wrong with me? Why was he able to do it? Why can't I? And you know what the answer is? You can. The only person that can stop you is you. Now, I don't care if you learn from me. I don't care if you learn from 1,000 different people. I'm not here to impress you with my results. There's guys out there that have better results than me. What I am here to do is impress upon you that I've structured a program that replicates my life. Went through the channels that I went through. My trials and tribulations, and I've replicated that and put that over to you guys. If you can't do that, you don't deserve it. Take this from my love. Take this from my fucking heart. If you can't replicate what I've done, when 99% of you are born from your land, mom and dad were born here too, and you have all these opportunities and tools in front of you, and all this technology of today, if you can't do it, man, you don't deserve it. You just don't deserve it. Don't ask for it. Don't complain in 20 years. Don't complain in 10 years. In 15 years, in 20 years, when you're looking at your kids and you're sitting in an apartment and your kid comes and says, "Daddy, Daddy, Mommy, Mommy, I want something," and you can't provide that, you look back and say, "You know what, son or daughter? I had the opportunity to turn my life around. I had opportunity put in front of me and it never took them." You want to know why? Because I was scared. One thing I never had, fear. One thing I will never have is fear. That lack of fear is what drove me to success, and that lack of fear is what you need to drive you. I can give you the vehicle. You gotta drive it, baby. I've got the vehicle for you. It costs less than a night out for dinner. Are you gonna drive that vehicle? Are you gonna prove to your lifeline and your future that you made success? I am, I will. I'm a legacy. When I'm gone, I'm leaving behind a damn legacy. People are gonna talk about me for 200 years when I'm gone. You better believe it. There's no other mentor like me, because no one else has gone through what I've gone through. No one at my age can say what I have said. Now, what are you gonna do? When the time comes, what are you gonna do? Because the time is now, the opportunity is there. I'm here to teach. Are you there to learn? You give me your ears, I'll give you everything. All right? With that being said, I gotta get back to work. But for the rest of you guys, all right, if you're interested in pre-registering for mentor tips, just to let you guys know, I'm teaching everything from Forex mastery to business mastery, Forex signals, live webinars, software downloads, the whole 9 yards. It's $97 a month. If you want, pre-register at mentortips.com. mentortips.com. I want everyone to write down that web address. Everyone to write it down right now. I want everyone to just write mentortips.com so everybody knows what the link is. All right, everyone write it down. All right, everyone write it down. Just so everybody else knows. All right, mentortips.com. Go ahead and pre-register because our revolution starts. Believe me, I'm going to take you guys and I'm going to mold you guys into something you never thought you could be. Your mom and dad is going to be calling. Your parents are going to be calling me like, Reza, what did you do to my kid? And I'm going to say, I unleashed his or her potential. I did something you should have done as a parent. You know the biggest mistake I see in families is parents stopping their children from succeeding. Mothers and fathers, the #1 sole supporters of that kid, telling the kid he can't do something because it's impossible because they couldn't do it. We have to change their mindset as well. Biggest failure I've ever seen is parents that look to their kids and say, son or daughter, you can't make yourself, you can't attain that. It must not be real. Well, Big Mama and Papa, I'm telling you right now, this kid did it. It is real. It's as real as it gets, and you're looking at it in the flesh and blood. And your son and daughter can do the exact same thing, if not better than me, because the opportunities today surpass the opportunities that I had when I was younger. All right? With that being said, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, my social media channels, okay? My Twitter is Real Ocean Sky. My Instagram is @OceanSky, OCEANNSKY. I got Facebook, Snapchat, everything else. Go to my site right now, mentortips.com, mentortips.com. Pre-register. Revolution is going to start. Trust me, a year from now, I'm going to have the most powerful team of entrepreneurs in the world. I guarantee you, nothing is going to stop me unless the man above wants me to stop. And the man above wants me to lead my followers and my mentees onto success. So I shall do that. All right? Nothing is stopping me at this point. We're all going to rise. We're all going to succeed. And that's it, baby. All right, I love you guys. Much respect to every single one of you guys for joining me at this time on a Saturday when you can all be out. This is called ambition, baby. This is called ambition. One love, guys.